Hello everyone, good evening. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So in the last class we have seen that how we can use different types of loops. So I hope everyone is clear on that types of loop. Facing any issue? See one important topic. Array. So before that we will see why we require it. So for example, there is one requirement like I need to store 1,000 roll number of students. Suppose I need to store 1,000 roll numbers of the student in the college. This is the one way. One way is like you can do like this. Enter roll number one equals to. So today we will see like what are arrays in Java. So before that we need to understand that why we are going to use it. So there is one requirement which I store 1,000 roll numbers of student in. So there is one way. One way is like you can create like this. Enter equals to, and then you will say int roll number two equals to. And similarly you can do int roll number equals to 3. Likewise, keep on going. So here let's put some dot. So this is one way. Int roll number, you can say equals to 999. So we can store like this. There is one way. But you see that if I do in this way, there will be so many variable created like this. So which is not a. So other approach what we can use is that we can store all the roll numbers in the array. So I will show you how. So before that, why we will this approach, because there will be so many variables created inside our memory area, like 1,000 variables, and maintaining each and every variable will be very difficult. So we will not going to use this approach to store the roll number. So what we do, we can use arrays in Java. So if I just write the definition, arrays is a collection of similar data type. Does it mean? Like suppose I need to store 1,000 roll number. So the roll numbers will be of type integer. Roll number will be of type integer. So I will create one integer array. I will create one integer array that will going to store all the roll number. So how we can do that? For example, how to create an array? Let us first see. So first to create the array, I need to create integer array. So I will say int. Then I would put two braces like this, right? Then I will say name. What can be the name? Let me say roll number is the name of. So this is the name. As of now, you can assume it's a name. Then I will say new. So this new is the keyword which will help us to allocate the memory for our array. Just say 1,000. So what I am doing here, I am creating one integer array, right? The name is roll number, and with the help of this new keyword, I am allocating the memory. So if I just run this program, show you in debug mode, very clear. So just I will right click against Java application. So if you see on the right hand side, roll number is the name, and here if you see, so it has given us like this 0 to 99. You can see 0 to 99. So always remember, whenever, suppose let me create some small array. Suppose 5. Let me create array of 5 which can store 5 value. So if you see this in the memory area, by default it has given zero value to all the index. So let me go to paint first. Uh, so if I suppose this is our array, right? So just I'm creating some dummy. Suppose this is your array, and if you see inside memory, always array index starts from 0, right? So here I will also write 0. So 0, then 1, then 2, and then 3, right? And here there will be some value, like value can be 5, any value, 7, and any value. So if I say what is this part, these numbers, these are the index. We call that these numbers as index of the array. So if I index index of array, right? So this is zero index, index number one, index number two, index number three. Likewise, if you see here as well, when I give 5, so index number 0, index number 1, index number 2, 3 and 4. So we have not given any value, so by default it has taken 0. So this is how we can create. We will store the values later. We will see how we can give the value. So till this part it is clear to everyone how we can create one simple array.
Yes, sir.
Like if I write 1000, right? So if I write 1000, now if you see, so for 0 to 99, it is like this, 0 to 99, and then after 100 to 199, like this it has given us. So these are the memory areas you can consider, right? It has given us 1000 blocks of memory area, and here we can store our roll number, right? Now we will not create separate variable each time. Earlier, if I want to create, I would like to, if I do, earlier I am saying that um, if I don't go in this way, like with the help of array, otherwise I need to create 1000 variables like this, different variable, which will be very hectic task. So we will not going to follow that. So if you see this one, this array can store 1000 roll number, right? So I am saying array is a collection of similar data type. So whatever the data it will store, all will be of same data type, which is integer. So that's why I am saying array is a collection of similar data type. Now if you see this, let me do one thing. Let me take it only 10 as of now. Now suppose I need to give some value. How you can give? It's very simple. Suppose, let me debug this first again. So put one breakpoint here so it can stop. Debug as Java. So suppose I need to put one roll number at index number 0. The left one side are the index. So I will simply say, I will simply write like this. So this is the array, right? So roll number of 0 equals to, suppose I will say 10. Similarly, roll number of 1 equals to 11. Like this you can give. So we are not creating different variable. It's the same value, but we are passing the index. So let me do one thing. Let me make it 5. Roll number of 3 equals to 13. Number of 4. So now I will debug this program. So if you see, as of now, it is 0, 0, 0 everywhere. But once this line will execute, you will see this will change. So 10, 20, sorry, 11, 12, 13, and 14. So we have stored all the roll number. So this is how I can assign the value to the array index. So this part is clear, how I am giving the value.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So you cannot give double quotes, right? Suppose if I say Sumit, so it is not allowed because this array is of type integer. It can only store integer value, right? So you can also create array of type string. We will see that. But as of now, let us go with this one, 10. Now I want to print the data. After that, I need to print all the data which is stored in the array. So I will now print the data. So to print the data in the array, from the array, I will use for loop. So just write one for loop. And one more thing, like if I debug this program again, okay, so give me a minute. So if I debug it, if you see the array index is starting from 0, right, in Java. So I will also run my for loop from 0 to 4, 0 to 4, right, because 4 is the last one. So this is how I am deciding. So now I will write one for loop for int I equals to 0, then I less than, it will be, let me write 5. Let me explain you why I have written 5. When I debug it, you will understand it. Either you can write I less than equals to 4, because we need to run it from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, or I can write I less than 5. Both are correct. So let me give I less than 5, and after that I will use system.out.println to print anything. We use println statement, or you can use print as well, but it will not change the line. So I am using println. Now how to print this? Just take the name. So this is the name, right? And give here, put array brackets like this, and inside that pass this value, pass this variable. So let us see how it is printing first. So debug it again. So this we have seen already in debug mode. Now you can see 0. So at index number 0, when it will run for the first time, I value will be 0. So I'm saying give me the value which is present at index number 0. It is 10. So it will print 10. If you see, it has printed 10 here. Now this will increment by 1. So I value will become 1, and 1 is less than 5. Again, here in this part, roll number of 1, I want to get the value roll number of 1. So again I will click this, it will print 11. Likewise, then it will print 12, then 13, and then 14. But once it will become 14, I value will become 5. When I click this, I value will become 5, and this condition will become false. So we will come out of our for loop, and our program will stop after this. So this is how I can give some data and print the data from the array. So one more thing, like we know that array index will start from 0 every time in Java, but we do not know, like as of now it is 5, right? Tomorrow it can be any number, right? So what we can do, instead of this will be same every time, but what we can do, there is one property, like let me say length. So if I say length equals to, this is our array name, or let me say size, let me say size, roll number dot length. So just give this, whatever we, suppose if you have 500 here, right, it will automatically give you 500. So let me show you as well how it will give you. Suppose it is 10, right, or let me take 5 only. So what this will do, it will give you the size of the array. So let me debug it again. So what is the length? Here I have written 5, which means it can store 5 number. So here as well, size will have the total count as 5. You can see 5 will be here, right? So you can use this dot length property of array which will give you the size of array. So just you need to what you need to do, every instead of hard coding the number like here, just replace it with size. So tomorrow if you have 15, so automatically you will see 15 will come here. You do not need to give 15 here, which is a bad approach. So we can use array dot length. So let me write size here, and it will again do the same thing. Let me run it in one go. So you can see I have not given, after 4 I have not given any value because I have made it 15. So rest by default it will give 0. So you need to put the value, then it will show. So this part is clear to everyone.
Yes, sir. Sir, I have one question in system.out.println. How to decide what we have to write, this roll number and in bracket I.
So every time, suppose what when you will print the data, here I am assigning the data, here I am giving the data, but here I am printing the data. So first you need to create one for loop, right? So to create the for loop, you can do J, you can also use J variable, any name, right? So inside this println statement, I need to write this name, which I have created on the left side. As of now, it's roll number. So write the roll number. Along with that, write the name of the variable which your for loop uh, is containing. Here it is J, right? So I will write J this time. So this is what you are asking.
Yes, like I thought we'll just write system.out.println J.
No, if you write J, see, let us see what will happen. If I debug it again, so now what will happen? J value will be 0. So it will print 0 first time. So it is giving us it is giving us the value of this variable, not the array. So now it will be 0, then 1, then 2, then 3. But we need to get the data from the array. For that, we need to write roll number and along with the variable like this. So because this is the index part, so one by one, 0, 1, 2, 3 index will fall here and they will give you the value. So you need to write like this. Is it clear?
Yes, got it.
So similarly, let me do one thing. Let me write here. Like as of now, let us discuss what are the types of array. So what this part we have discussed is single dimensional array. Let me write here single dimensional array. So this array, whatever we have created just now, is single dimensional. If I show you in the diagram, so you can see this is the single dimensional array. So there is one more kind of array which is multi-dimensional. So let me also draw the diagram, uh, how it will look like, and then we will try to create. So let me first try to create one. For that, I will create a new class. So again, new class arrays. So any name I have given, and so suppose earlier we were storing the roll number. If you remember, in the single dimensional array, we store the roll number. But suppose there is one situation. What I need to do, I need to store the you can say store the marks of any subject. Just assume marks as well as roll number. I need to store two things at a time of a student. So how we can do? We can use multi-dimensional array. Multi-array we can use. So in the multi-dimensional, there can be two-dimensional, three-dimensional, four-dimensional. But we will discuss as of now till two-dimensional. It is more than enough. So let me just create. So how to create it? Again, to create an array, first I need to define the data type. Then as this array is multi-dimensional, I will put one bracket and second bracket, then give the name. So name I will give this time as data of student. So this is the array name, you can say. And again I will, with the help of new keyword, you need to put this so that it can allocate the memory for our array. Then I will say int. Now earlier if you see, I have written it here 15, which is the size, but it is two dimensional, it is multi-dimensional, and in the multi-dimensional it is two-dimensional array, right? You can see I put two like this, so it is two-dimensional. I will also draw the diagram. So now I need to mention how many. Let me just write 4 and 4. What does this mean? So let me just just copy this and just paste it here. So this is how we have created. Now how it will be created, which we need to see. So I will create. So it will be like this. So if you see how many, so this is just assume, not assume, like consider it as the row and column. If I write first one is the row, this is the row, and the second one is the column. So total how many row and column? 4 row and 4 column.
Cool.
So now I am just drawing how it will look inside the memory. Then we will also see in the debug part, it will look exact same. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. So this is our total number of rows, right? This one, first one. So array index always start from 0. So I will write 0, 1, 2, 3, like this, right? And if you see this column part, or let me do one thing, let me open Paint again. I should have taken 2 column, not 4. It will be very, very big. Uh, Let me take 2 as of now. Otherwise, I will not be able to make the diagram. So suppose I've written 2 column, 2. So inside this one, you will have one more array like this in each and every block, because we have 2 columns of 1 and 2. Likewise here, likewise here. So I have not given any value. Value we can assign later. And here as well, one value, right? So again, it will start, inner one will start from 0 and then 1. So writing without pen is very, very tough. So I am trying 0 and 1, 0, 1, 0 and 1. So if anyone have any confusion, then you can also visualize it like this. So what you can do, the same thing you can do like this. We have 4 row and 2 column, right? So how you can create? So this is another way we can visualize. So let me create 4 row. Row number 1, row number 2, row number 3 and row number 4, right? So these are my 4 rows, and now I need to create the column. So how many columns? Column number 1 and column number 2, and just give it, sorry, and just give the assign like this: 0, 1, 0, 1, 2. So you can see both are same, just different way of writing. If you see this one, if I talk about this one, this position, suppose I need to enter some data into this box. So what is this position? It is 0 and 0, 0 outer and the inner. This position will be, so I'm just writing the position. It will be 0, 0, then it will be 0, 1. Now what this will be? It will be 1, 0, it will be 1, 1. Now 2, 0 and 2, 1. So this is basically I need to pass the index when I try to enter some value. So index 2 and 1. It will be 3, 0. This block will be 3, 0, and it will be 3 and 1. And similarly here, if I talk about, if I try to see in this way, this will be 0, 0. it will be 0 1, then 1 0. So both are same, just a 1 1, 2 0, 2 1, 3 0, and then 3 1. So you will see that when I debug this, this is how it will be represented in the memory. Actually, you will see this way only, right? So, but there is one more way like we have discussed. So we call it as row measure, row column implementation of array. So I think this one is easy to visualize instead of this one. So now let us try to debug this, how it will look in the memory. So let me take 2 as of now. Same data I'm taking. Now let me put one breakpoint and debug it. So now I will debug as. So our program has stopped and I have created one array. If you see this one, so you can see. So some default ID is given to each and every index by the Eclipse editor. So 0, 1, 2, 3. First, if I open 0, it will have 2 index. Then 1 will have 2 index, 2 will have 2 index, 3 will have 2 index. So by default, it has given the value 0 because we have not given any value yet. But if you see this one, this is the exact same, right? You can see at index number 0, we have 2, 0, 1, and then index number 1, we have 2 blocks like this. And similarly, 2 and 3. So this part is clear how it will look inside our memory area.
Yes.
So suppose if I have written 4. So if I have written 4, you can see how it will look. Just it will have 4 more index inside, like inside 0, it will have 4. 0, 1, 2, 3, like 1, 2, and 3. So I have not written it because I will not be able to make the diagram otherwise. So this is how it will look. So now what I want to do, suppose let me write 2, right? So just assume here, just you need to assume like we have 4 student and every student have age and roll number. Just assume this one. What I mean to say, for this array, we need to store some data. So now we have 4 students. So this is our student. If I debug this program, so we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. Total 4 students we are having. And for each student, I need to store the age and roll number. For this student, I need to store the age and roll number. For this student, I need to store the age and roll number. And similarly for this one. So how we can do that? If you see, let me write here only. So I will take this array name first. Now I will say data at 0, 0. What will be the data? Age, let me say age is 16. Then again, let me copy this. So first one is our age. So let me write it. This is our age, right? This is our marks. So let me marks we can say instead of roll number, marks. Okay. Then I will say 0, 1. So marks can be 85. So you can see I have given marks and roll number to student number 1. Similarly for other student, let me write. So how many times? Second time, third time, fourth time. Just I will change. It will be 1 0. It will be 1 1. Then it will be 2 0 and 2 1. Then it will be 3 0 and 3 1. So let me change the value. It will be 11 and 81. Then it can be 14, 84. Similarly for last one, 66 and 19. So I've given some age and marks. So if I debug this program again, so debug it. Okay, so I should have started from here. Let me. So now if you see this one, as of now, you will see default values are present in our inside our array. But once I run this, 16 will come here, 87 will come here. You can see on the right hand side 16, 87. Then at 10 it will be 11, 81. Then 14, 84. Similarly for last one like this. So the reason why we have created multi-dimensional array is because we need to store multiple value. Earlier we need to store only single value, which is marks for n number of student. But here we need to store multiple value. So similarly, is it this part is clear to everyone how we are using?
Yes, understood.
So now what we will do again? Again we will print the data, just like we did it earlier from array. So earlier we are using single dimensional array, so we require one for loop, right? So why we require one for loop? Because there is one index here only, right? So one for loop will do the job, but here if you see, we will require two for loop because it is one for loop will do this part, other for loop will check for this part. So again, it's very simple. Just create two for loop, and for loop I will start from 0, I less than. So let me do one thing. Let me say int size. Size will be this name dot. So here there is a catch we will discuss. So now here I am saying 4, here I am saying 4, here I am saying 2. So which value it will give you? So we will see that. So let me just write here I less than size and then I plus plus. And inside it I will create one more for loop. So give the name as integer. Then I will create one more nested for loop we have already discussed. J equals to 0, j less than. Let me write size only as of now. Let us check what will happen. So it should be plus plus j. And here you just need to write system.out.println. Now we are having two index. So just copy this, copy anyone, and then just replace it with I and j. Just like we did it earlier, same thing we are doing here. So now let us try to debug this program from here because we have already seen how data is stored and we need to see what is the size it has given us because we are having because if you see this we are having 4 and 2. So which size it will give us? Let us check. So okay, so let me remove it from here and let me. So if you click this resume button, it will stop at next breakpoint. So it will directly come here if I click this. So now we are here. So now you can see the size. You can see size it has given us 4. So always remember whenever you if you say this dot length, the name of the array dot length in case of double multi-dimensional, which is two-dimensional array. So it will always give you the size of this one, right? So what it has given us, it has not given us 2, it has given us the outer part. So total 1, 2, 3, and 4, right? So we have got 4 here, right? So now what will be the size? Size is 4 and 0 is less than 4. Condition true, we will go inside. Now if you see this one, size here again we are getting 4. But if you see this, let me debug it, you will understand. Now j value will be 0, condition true, 0 is less than 4, go inside. Now if you see this, I am saying that give me the data of 0, 0, 0 and 0, right? So what is the data at 0, 0? We can check from here. 0, 0 is 16, so it will print 16. Now j value will increment by 1, j value will become 1 and 1 is less than, so as of now it has not become 1, but once I click this it will become 1 and 1 is less than 4, condition true, we will go inside and check here that I value will remain the same. We are not changing the I value. I value is fixed as of now. So now if I click this, I value was same, right? I value is not changed because this for loop will run first, then I value will change. So now it will be 0 and 1, 0 and 1. So what is the value? 0, 1, it is 87. But if you see this, again it will run because size value is 4 and j value is 2, right? It will become 2. You can see j value is 2 and then size value is 4. So now if you see, we don't have any data like this. If you see this 0, 0 and 2, do we have any index? 0 and 2. We don't have any next index after this. So you will get one error like this. So if I run it, so you got one error, right? So it is saying that I don't have any next index, but you are giving me the next index, but I don't have any. So what we can do, instead of writing size here, what I can do, I can say, this name to see clearly what I'm trying to do. This name I will write array name, and here I will pass the, or let me write, if I write like this, dot length, or let me write outside only. So if I write after this, just see int inner array size equals to this one. So what I'm saying, so let me debug it again, then I will tell, copy and paste it here. So the reason why our program failed, because we were expecting two blocks, right? We were expecting this size is 2, inner size. So I need to get the inner size so that my inner for loop will run only 2 times, right? So now if I debug this program again, so now you can see this is I value will be 0 for the first time. I will, okay, so I think it has only run once time. Let me debug again. So I value will be 0. So if I say array of 0 dot length, this time you can see here, when I have sent I equals to 0 for the first time, this will be date of student 0. 0 is nothing but this one. 0 is nothing but our first block. We are talking about this one. And I'm on the top of that, I'm calling dot length, which means it will give you the size of this one. What is the total size? 2, right? So size will going to remain the same. If we able to get size for one block, it will be same for all. Now we can say dot length. So it will be 2, right? You can see 2 here we get. Now if you see this again 0, it will run exactly 2 times, because this time we are having 2 here. Now 1, and after that it will print, and j value will become 3, and this for loop will terminate. Now we will I value will increment by 1. You can see I value will become 1. You can see I value has become 1. Now again this will remain the same, date of student of 1. This is, which means our second block, and on the top of that I'm calling dot length. So this will give you the total size of this inner one. Whatever the total number of blocks we are having, we will get that. So again 2. Now if you see I value has become 1, j value again start from 0, and it will run 2 times. So it will be 1 0, 1 0, and then 1 1. So you can see in the output it is able to print 2 more value, 1181. Similarly I value will become 2. I value will become 2, you can see here, because of this statement. Now again it will be same. It will be 2 here again. It will run for 2 times, but I value will be 2 here. So it will be 2 0 and 2 1. So it will go to the value from 2 0 and 2 1. So you can see both the values we are seeing here. Now it will run again for the final time. I value will become 3. Not final time, second last time. So it will again run. Now I value will be 3 0. For the first time it will be 3 0, but j will increment again. So it will be 3 1 next time. 3 and 1. And after that I think it should terminate. What is the size? 4. No, it will no. I think yeah, it will terminate, because I value will become 4. I value is 3 as of now, but it will become 4 because this statement needs to run at the end. So 4 is not less than 4. Condition false. So we will simply come out of our for loop. You can see we are out. Is it clear to everyone how we are printing the data from this array? Any queries?
the second one, how you done for that second array, right? The inner for loop.
Yeah, this one.
Yeah, this one, the inner array statement would be there. Na? Can you explain that part?
Okay, okay, sure. No issue. So the reason why I've given inner array, so you can direct, so can you please mute yourself? Yeah. So instead of this one, you can directly write two because we are having two array. Sorry, we have two blocks of array inside this one. You can see two blocks here. So, but instead of writing two here, see, because if you write two, again you will get the correct output. That is not an issue. You can see it is printed. But tomorrow it can be three, it can be any number, right? So instead of copying the number from here, we should not depend. So for that, what I have done, if I debug it again, let me debug it. So see, if I, in case of single dimensional array, when I was applying here, if you see, when I was applying dot length, it is giving me exact total size, which is 15, right? But here we are having multi-dimensional, which is two-dimensional in this case. So if I apply dot length, what is the size it has given us? It has given us 4. You can see 4 is the size. So which size it has given us? It has given us the size of this one because we are having first block, second block, third block, and fourth block. So this is the size it has given us. But I also want the size of inside array because I need to run two loop, right? So how we can get this size of this inside array? So first we will, so let me write here only. So how we can do, let me remove it. So now if I want to get the size of inner array, what I will do, I will write the array name. So which is our data student, right? This is our name. And then I will say, so suppose if I want to get the data of this second block, 0 and 1 second block. So first I will go till 1. So first I will go till where? If I need to get the data of this block, I need to get the size of this one. First I need to reach here. So I will reach here by giving the index. So I have given the index as 1, right? And once we are here, if I say dot length, if I say dot, so let me write in short dot, let me write dot length, right? If I write like this will give me the size of this inner one, which is 2, which is 2. So here I am doing the same thing. Uh, when I am running my for loop, suppose I value will keep on changing. So it will be 0, 1, 2, 3. So I have just given the index here, which is 0 or 1 or any index, and then I'm saying dot length. So this will give me the actual size of inner array. And same I'm writing here, same thing I'm writing here, so that our inner for loop can also run that number of time. So is it clear now why I've written like this?
Yeah, yeah, got the point.
So do one thing, just try to debug the program. You will automatically understand that why we are doing like this.
Sure.
So now let us see a few more things here only. As of now, hmm, as of now, I am writing each and every data like this: roll number. I want that some user should enter the number, right? Right. So this I have written. I want that when I run my program, person from here enter the roll number, and that should be stored. So as of now, we have not discussed objects and classes, but we can see the syntax here. So in the possibly in the next class, we will discuss the object-oriented programming. There we can see what are objects and classes, but as of now, let us understand how to get the input from user. So how we can do? For example, for that we need one. There is one class which is scanner. So I am just showing you how to create the object. Create the So don't worry, we have not discussed this part, but I thought of just giving you one heads up how we can get the data from user. So here we are creating the object of a class. Class name is scanner. Class name is scanner. So this scanner class will help us to fetch the data from the user. So how to create the object? This is our class name. So write the class name and give some name after this. Okay, and put equal to, and then you need to use the new keyword. So new keyword again will help us to give the memory area for our object. So then I say again class name, and here it requires one argument which is system.in. So all that we have not discussed, but just understand the what we can say. So it is giving one error. So just you need to import it. So basically this class, scanner class is present in one Java package, which is first one, import. So just click this, you need to click like this, and error will go away. So this is how, this is the class. You can say it is a, you can assume it's our object name as of now. And then with the help of new keyword, we are creating one object, right? So this will remain the same. And now if I want to enter the data from user, so first I need to say enter the marks or any data I can say. And then I will create one variable int marks equal to, so this variable will give you, right? So this what this will give you, this will give you one method. It will have many methods, sc dot. So if I use this one, so let me do one thing. Let me debug this as well, and after that I will try to print the data. System.out. So let me say marks are equals to marks, right? So now if I run this program, you can see we got one. I should have debugged the program, not run the program. Let me debug it. Okay, so I have not put any breakpoint. So now our program will stop here, right? So this line is printed and it is saying that enter the marks, right? So let me first execute this line. Let me execute it, right? Now if I enter the mark and hit enter, so again I'm repeating, once it will ask the mark on this line, I have executed this line, and suppose if I write 78878, as soon as I will hit enter from the keyboard, this value will be placed into this marks variable. You can see here, if I hit enter, you can see 878 will come here, right? So this is how you need to enter the data from the user, and it will again print the 878, which is what we have entered. Similarly, if you want to write, let me write enter the marks 5, 6, 7, 8. Hit enter and it will store into the variable, and also it will print. Right. So this is the other part of the program that has also run. So this is how you can enter the data. You can take the data from the user. Is it clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Suppose I need to take one string variable. There is one, I think there are so many methods. I think, yeah, this one. So suppose I need to enter the name of a student. So name will be in the string format, not integer. So I need to change it string variable, string name, and here I will change as well. So I will write uh, name is equals to plus plus. It should be name. So now I will debug this program again. You can see debug as, now enter the name of the student. So first let me execute this line. Now I will say Ankit. Right? Once you hit enter from the keyboard, this name will be placed inside this variable in your program. Hit enter. Now you can see name will come here, Ankit Nigam, and the same will be printed in the output. So this is how you can take the input from the user. Earlier we were just directly creating the variable and writing the names, but this is how you can use. So this part is clear.
Can you please repeat?
Which part?
I don't understand this one. New scanner system dot in.
Okay, so I am saying that as of now, once we will discuss object-oriented programming, there we will understand what are classes and what are objects. So here just I need to tell that how we can enter the name of, how we can take the input from the user. So for that you need to create object of one class. So this is our class name, right? So if I place my mouse, this is the class, right? You can see here, right? So this is one by default class in Java. So we are creating the object of this class. So this is our object name, right? So the reason why we are creating the object is so I can use this method from this object name. Once we will discuss object oriented programming, that will be more clear. But as of now, just understand how we can take the data from the user. So if you want to take the string value, you can use this method. Next line is one method, right? There are so many methods here, but let us discuss two as of now. So it's okay if you are not understanding this one. When we will discuss oops, just try to refer this lecture again. You will understand how just you need to create the object of this class. So what are object and class we will discuss when we will start object oriented programming. Is it clear?
Yes,
So even in the when we are creating the array, this is the array, right? How you can see how we have written 10, 11. I want this as well to be, this to be entered by the user. So how we can do? Mm, so yeah, let me remove this. Let me run it first. Is it running? So let me take 5, some smaller value, 5, and I will run it. So 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Now I don't want to write the data like this, right? I want to, ask the user will enter from here. User will enter from here and the same will be automatically placed. So for that, what we need to do, we need to use one more for loop. So if I don't want the data from user, I need to say like this. So for that, I will create one array. Suppose I equals to 0, or let me say k equals to 0, any variable name, k less than, again, dot length. This will be same. And increment the value of k. Close the brackets. Now remove this one. This one is not required because this we will take from the user. Or let me do one thing, comment this as of now. Now if you see, if I write enter, if I enter the value, and here I will write plus roll number. Now I need to show like enter the value in, or let me write like this first, and after that I will create one variable. So what is the variable? This is our this is acting as a variable, roll number of 0, or you can say k, because k value will change. Okay, so my bad. Let me write again. Here I need to first create the scanner class object. So let me create again. So this name you can give any name you can give. I am giving SC. So I am creating object of scanner class. Object and class we will see later. And here I am saying, yeah. So now click mouse over and import. Now I will say enter the value. Just I am saying enter the, or let me say enter the value at, I will say plus k plus. So I will debug this. It will be clear what this value mean. So basically the output will, you will see enter the value at index number 0, enter the value at index number 1, like this. So here, if I write like this, so this is our sc. So I will say sc dot next int. So earlier, if you see here, when I was writing sc dot next int, so let me write next int here as well. This one. When I was writing, whatever the data we were entering, that is coming into this variable. Similarly, here as well, when I enter the data, that data will come into this index value, whatever be the index value at that time. So let me try to run it first and see. Let me debug this. So to debug as Java application. So some error is coming, I think from here. So comment this as of now. So now debug this. Okay, so now if I debug this, if you see here, what is the total length? It will be 5. So 5 will come here, right? This is the total length, 5, which we have already seen. So 0 is less than 5, condition true. Now if you see this one, initially k value will be 0. So the statement will be enter the value at 0 index. You will see this in your console. So if I debug this, enter the value at 0 index. So you can put some space later. I have not put any space. So now you can see 0. So I'm saying roll number of 0. Roll number of index number 0, roll number of index number 0. So that value will come from right hand side when I try to execute it. So if I run it, let me say 88, you will see once I run it, once I hit enter from the keyboard, 88 value will come here, and that value will be placed into the index number 0 of roll number array. You can see this will change. So now, okay, so I should have hit enter first. Now you can see 88 came here. Again, k value will become 1. Now it will say enter the value at 1 index. Now again, let me execute this line. Now enter suppose 99. So 99 value will come and placed into the second index, which is 1. Now again, one more time it will run. Now it will be 2. It will be 2. So at this value will be changed, third one. So now, okay, so I should have, so we will discuss this as well later. As of now, I think I should have gone here only. So let me put breakpoint. So now what is the value? 888. So 888 value will come here, third part. Similarly for fourth time, it will be 90 some value like this. And after that, one more time. So you can see this time we are taking the data when we are running our program. Based on the, it will be different whenever it will be differently entered by the each and every user, and printing part will remain the same, right? If I'm just printing part will remain the same because it is taking the value from here only. So whatever the value we have stored, this will simply print. So this part will remain the same. So now we have also seen how we can store the data in array using the real-time user, not we are hard coding the data like this. Is it clear?
I have a doubt.
Yeah, please go.
Can I go ahead?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so I just tried to take using the scanner as an integer as a mark, and then taken the student name as a string. But both, I mean, I'm not able to enter the second student name.
Can you
Whereas when I use one, entered a mark as one, and hit the enter key, it does print the student name.
can you share your screen?
Yeah, sure, I'll do that. Are you able to see?
Yeah.
Yeah, so what I have done is like it's a scanner class first, which
Mm-hmm.
takes the integer value,
Mm-hmm.
and the next one is with the string value.
Mm-hmm.
So I have tried to run it.
Mm-hmm.
When I come here, I have entered one, whereas I have got that enter mark is one. But
Mm-hmm.
for the student name, I didn't get an option to enter the value itself.
Enter the student name. When I tried, I think I got it. SC. Can you run once?
Yes,
Enter
sure.
the student name.
So
I,
for mark, I got uh,
can you add line number 89? Can you go to line number 89?
89.
I think why it is not printing. Can
So
you, yeah, SC dot, can you try to give SC dot next line, remove next line and give some other. I think I have used next line here only. In my case,
yeah,
it was.
for yes, for string you have suggested to use next line.
Can you debug the program?
Yeah, sure.
Put one breakpoint at line number 90. I think you have not entered any student name. That's why it is giving, maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe.
it is not allowing me to enter. I mean, I'm not getting an option to enter it actually.
So just put breakpoint at line number 90
Okay.
and remove others. Or you can run the program in run mode.
Okay. Okay. Just a minute. In debug mode, it is not even giving me the details to
I'm
enter.
saying just run in debug mode. Sorry, run in run mode, not debug mode.
Okay.
First stop the program. Okay, so go ahead.
Mm.
Click on step over. I don't know which option. I'm not able to see which option you click. Can you run in run mode?
Directly.
Yeah, directly. I'm saying.
Okay. Yeah. So it asked me for mark. I just pressed 12, and I should hit enter key, right?
Yeah, yeah. Hit enter.
Yes. So when I hit enter key, it's not allowing me to enter the student name.
Can you share this code over the chat? Let me check on my machine.
Yeah, sure.
Yes, sir, I have one question here. The same object can be used for both int and string here.
Sorry.
Here we declared only one object with sc variable name, right?
Yeah, it should
Uh,
not pose any problem.
okay.
Have you shared?
It's doing it. Delete now. Just stopping the share.
Okay. So I have reshared my screen again. So let me copy. Okay. Enter the marks. I have entered the marks. Enter the student name.
I feel that the string name equal to sc dot next line should not be next line, maybe something else.
Give me a second. Now it is allowing me,
Yes.
but not both.
Yeah. Yes.
Enter marks. I think you need to, when you are using two, you need to use the other one. I think next. Where is this one? Now,
Yes. Yes.
give me a minute. Dot. Let me try to. I think the reason, because when you are using this one, I think there is some issue, not issue basically. I think when you hit the enter, it will not wait next time. So, animation method. Give me a second. What if I use next here? No, it's integer. So I will check this. I'm not sure. I have not used this one much,
Okay.
but that's a good point. I think I can also check. I will do one thing. I will check it and let you know over the group or in the next class.
Okay. No problem. Thank you.
Yeah. So guys, one more thing is that on Sunday, those who have paid, they will have the class for 10 to 12. I hope everyone is available. 10 a.m. IST to
Sir, afternoon is not fine.
which time?
Afternoon at 1.
Hmm, at 1.
Yes.
How many people are okay? So 1 will not be possible, I don't think. How many people are comfortable in 10 to 12? Is it possible? I hope we can attend at 12. Is it possible for you? Because
So that
after that I need to go outside. That's why I'm asking. Otherwise, I
okay,
could
sir.
have used 1 only.
Okay, okay, sir.
Not Saturday, only Sunday.
Okay, okay.
Okay. Okay. So thank you for your cooperation. So we will discuss. We will see other topics in the Sunday class. I will share the link. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you guys for attending the session.
Thank you.